Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? All right, a quick little update. Iraq is now talking about a rate change of 1,400 dinars for every dollar. It seems like they'd be going in the wrong direction if that was the case. What do you guys think? Let's look into this. Before we get started, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button. And if you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. You can follow me over on other platforms. I do have my own group over on Facebook called Pimpy's Investment Chat. Over here, we do talk about gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, as well as foreign currency investments. So head on over here and join us. It's free to do so. In here, I do post updates. If I should get on suspension from YouTube or get removed from YouTube and you want to know what happened to me, I'll let you know right here in this group. I can be found on Twitter, MeWe, YouTube, and the cool thing about YouTube, if you come over here and you join and you find my channel, I got videos going back, I believe, a couple years. So if you want to see some older videos that I have on Nasera, Jacera, gold, silver, cryptos, come on over here and join. Look me up and check out my videos. You can also find me on Odyssey. Catch me on Rumble. When I say that the links for all these are down below in the description, some of you don't know what I'm talking about. It's real simple. Just go down to the bottom right here of any of my videos. See this? This is the description. Hit show more. And there are all the links to all the platforms I just spoke about. Oh no, look at this. Association of Iraqi Banks. The dollar will fall to the rate of 1,400 dinars, and he expects the date. Don't panic, he's talking about the parallel market. The rate dropping, getting closer to the fixed rate by the central bank. The advisor of the Association of Iraqi Banks expected the decline of the dollar price to 1,400 dinars for every dollar during the first quarter of next year. Well, let's see here. What did Pimpy say? We wouldn't start seeing results until, the first quarter of next year. So this advisor is expecting the parallel markets to drop down to 1,400 from where it's currently at. So the advisor said on the news the main source of the dollar is the Central Bank of Iraq, which took 2 measures to control the exchange rate inside Iraq by opening 5 new banks covered by another American bank. There are 13 Iraqi banks that will deal with the Chinese yuan and 5 new banks that will strengthen their balance from Abu Dhabi's banks, as well as 2 Iraqi banks covering the Indian rupee currency, in addition to 2 other banks to cover the euro. The news reported responsibility to raise dollar prices, describing the Iraqi economy as confused, weak, and fragile, affected by all conditions in the country negatively and positively. Well, this is what I was talking about. The economy is not stable, not yet. It's working on it. So every time you hear those people out there going, oh, Iraq's got a strong economy, the economy is stable. No, they don't know what they're talking about. He pointed out that allowing Iraqi banks to bring remittances contributes to reducing the price of the dollar, noting that trade with India is limited to $3 billion, China by up to $12 billion, and the current agreement with Turkey to strengthen the assets of our banks in euros as it is a stable currency. There's a new strategy for a central bank called the lending process to implement the government programs. To get out of there are many mechanisms and procedures included in the third strategy of the bank and will be announced after the completion of all procedures. I'm hoping that means they're going to increase the value of the dinar. He pointed out that the exchange rate will fall to the 1940s under normal conditions and will bring the first quarter of next year. It's interesting about what he is saying. Falling to the 1940s is not good. We want that number to get smaller. Currently, it's at 1,310 dinars for every dollar. And if they're talking about the parallel market, it's sitting around 1,550. Either one of them drops down to 1940s. That's really bad. So I'm hoping that's a typo. With regards to inflation in Iraq, the central bank issued a comparison between the inflation rate achieved in Iraq between 2022 and 23 is lower than the regional countries, and the inflation rates in Iraq are the best in the region, which means that the central bank has achieved one of the main objectives. 70% of the remittances are not executed, which affected the instability of the local market, and the U.S. federal bank previously did not mention the reasons, and the new agreement included mentioning the reasons under which remittances are rejected. So having a 70% rejection rate is really bad. So I don't know if they're just needing to work out all the kinks in the system, or are there that many true remittances that are questionable? Either way, it's not good for Iraq. Parliamentary Finance intends to host a government of the central bank, and the reason. So to bring in al-Alaq against the background of depositing money in dollars, there must be a treatment to this issue of depositing money in dollars and handing it over to the depositors in dinars and at the official rate, which exposes depositors to large losses. He pointed out that the difference between the parallel and the official price of the dollar is not a little, exposes them to loss and takes away the rights of the depositor. This is usually a big problem. The file will be discussed in the Finance Committee by hosting the governor of the central bank and bank managers for the purpose of reaching solutions and treatments. Yeah, I'd mentioned that the gap between the official rate and the black market rate over time would add up pretty quick. I did a full video about it, showing you how much more they can get in groceries, and somebody tried to debunk me. As you can clearly see, it is a big amount. So the elections are scheduled for December the 18th. Keep your fingers crossed that all goes well, there is no issues, and we're not going to be arguing for another full year about who's going to control the government. That was really a pain in the ass last time this happened. Hopefully this goes much more smoother than the last time. But I do think it's interesting that, look at this, the Department of Parties and the Electoral Commission registered more than 300 parties. We got a two-party system here. We need to expand more so there's less corruption. Not necessarily. So there's 300 political parties that will participate in the election of the provincial councils that are not organized in the region on December the 18th, of which 29 parties are without an alliance. 198 parties have joined 50 alliances, of which 39 alliances will participate in the next election. She pointed out that the alliances and parties submitted their list of candidates as they reached 5,919 candidates competing for 275 seats. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Sea of Science, at the end of the year and the beginning of 2024, we look forward to the resumption of oil exports from the region. So there was a group of people that got together and they decided a few days ago, stressing that there are good consensus to continue exporting oil soon and open the export pipelines through Turkey. They've been saying that over and over. Remember, it's next week. No, it's the next week. No, it's the week after that. Now they're saying it's at the end of this year or the beginning of 2024. Regarding the Turkey side, he confirmed the presence of the Turkish delegation that will visit Iraq next week to solve the problems related to export, expressing expectations to start resuming the export of oil at the end of the year and the beginning of 2024. So either way, hopefully this gets started. This will be very good for Iraq and their economy. That's just another source of income coming into the country. Anyways, that's it. Just a quick update. Comment down below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I'm out.